The reason why I come here is because I live in Los Angeles, and I have two decisions to make. Do I want to live in Utah, where I was allowed to be violently molested in the streets, in the church, and the people turned their back? Or do I want to live in California, where my rapist is praised by this committee as a wonderful person? I have those two choices. It's scary to know that if I get injured in the county of Los Angeles, that if some county employee has sex with me, that they're going to call it a beautiful act of love. The last time I was raped, they called it a beautiful act of love. The police said it was rape, but the county of Los Angeles fired me from my job. And you know what they said to me when they fired me? They said to me, the reason why they can legally fire me is because I made disparaging comments about my boss that were not true. And that they can permanently bar me from employment in the county of Los Angeles because I have a record of making false accusations against high-level people with the intent to do malice. Is that really this committee's statement today? That I'm barred from the county of Los Angeles permanently because I reported rape against West Ford? I'm not asking you to say it's right or wrong. I'm just saying that's been what's told to me. Do you realize that the police have been involved in every single conversation I've had with Sheila Keel's office? They threatened to arrest me for asking for information to submit to Social Security. They did it with my therapist in the room.
Wow.
Okay? I called, my mother called. They threatened to have me barred from all services from the county. This is the sheriff's station. And when I brought it to these people, your attention, he said, we don't care. So, Ms. Hahn, you've always looked me in the eye. You've always shown me compassion, and I appreciate that. You've never dismissed or diminished any of the statements that I've made in your mind. I appreciate that. Please let me know that my rape is not a joke. Please let me know that if I call your office, I can get an answer without the police involved. Thank you.
Thank you. Next speaker, please.
I will go ahead and consolidate 18228. If you're going to finance the site acquisition, construction, and development of the Miramonte Apartments and Palmview Apartments over $10 million, then do the right thing. No subsidizing any wetback or gangbanger or junkies or criminal felons and pimps. You deport all the wetbacks and gangbangers. You put all the junkies in rehab, and you house all the criminal felons, pimps, and drug dealers. You house them in prison. We, the taxpayers, have to live with these disastrous results that you make. And look at the streets. That's what we have outside. Instead of housing our military veterans, we are housing all these criminal militant bastards who don't deserve a home. Number 6, Mark Riddick Thomas, a corrupted, unethical politician. He always begs for money, yet crime on sky high in South Central LA, downtown LA. Your black leaders and your Latino leaders have failed to properly, that is, Chila Solis, you have failed to properly raise your black and Latino kids who will be tomorrow's domestic terrorists. Today, I'm happy that my parents spanked me with a belt buckle, my parents and my grandparents. And today, I am highly disciplined. I am not a gangbanger. I am not a wetback. I'm not a drug dealer. I'm not a hoe. And I'm not a thief. I'm just a simple, nerdy Mexican. And by the grace of God, I thank my mother and father who are deceased. So I'm so blessed that my parents spanked my ass, or I'd be a disaster today. So God bless America, man. And again, I'd like to also go to the agenda, number 1P. Ladies and gentlemen, please do not follow the Music Center Grand Park's example. Let me begin by saying that the Music Center Grand Park has not implemented the State Neighborhood Parks Proposition of 1996. Under the interim director, Julia Diamond, who deserves a good kick in the ass and booted out, she has failed miserably in keeping public safety within the park. There's too many crimes in the park. God bless America and God bless Donald Trump.
Next speaker, please.
I'll start with a couple of deep breaths on me for everybody. My name is Joe Mazlish again still. About item 2 it was, about the general relief. I just want to tell you a little story of something I learned at a board meeting in 1993. The board was feeling pressed to reduce the general relief payments, the level of general relief payments. And Supervisor Molina was reluctant, and she said, I would move to close the County Art Museum instead if I thought I could get a second. Well, I don't know if you have to wait for a second to do something right even if it's going to lose, but I left thinking every person is a work of art. she was right. I mean, we may not like the picture in some cases, but every person is a work of art. Comment on number 16 is the struggle to maintain the continuity of the services, this child waiver system that you're appealing for federal help for. If you can't get it from the federals, get it from some other county cost.
Thank you.
It's so
Thank
important.
you. Next speaker, please.
My name is David Warren. I'm the Conservation Chair for the Rio Hondo Group of the Sierra Club and Vice Chair for Research of the Biona Wetlands Restoration Committee of the Sierra Club. When I first saw this item, number 13, on the agenda, I thought, this sounds hopeful, but upon researching the background, I was informed that the State Coast Conservancy asked that the motion include adoption of the Coast Program, which appears to support increased oil
Around and around we go. I get dizzy.
Also plans that would harm the
Forget where I am.
Sierra Club does not support either Coastal Conservancy-backed project. We request that this item be postponed until we have time to seek language that would not signal such support for this project.
Thank you. Next speaker, please.
I wanted to thank Supervisors Kuhl for considering the post with this item number 13. And I was going to ask the board to include interfacing and checking in with the Coastal Commission, which is approved new oil drilling at Los Cerritos wetlands, as the gentleman was just talking about, the eastern edge of Long Beach. It's a wildlife refuge and indigenous artifact site, and reputed to be the best salt marsh in the whole SoCal area. And then again, overseeing the Coastal Commission and interfacing with them regarding monitoring seawater for radiation, setting up nuclear power plants, cement fuel sits in bin canisters on the beach, just one county length away. So on those two issues, who's worked with that?
Yeah. Next speaker.
Last week, was on number 13, last weekend I went down to Long Beach to do a prayer walk with the indigenous Tonga and visit the Los Cerritos wetlands. I was horrified because I was also a Coastal Commission, I saw that the Coastal Commission told a company, an oil company called BOM, that they could just go ahead and drill the Los Cerritos wetlands. This doesn't make any sense to me. Also, I'm really glad you're taking the time to compare what's going on with the ocean and ocean sea level rise. But also the Coastal Commission told SoCal Edison, go ahead and put their filthy nuclear waste on the beach. They already have 27 canisters on 100 feet from the ocean sitting on the beach, and they want to bring it up to 79, and we really need to find another place for nuclear waste, not on the beach. So please consider that. Thank you.
Thank you.
Fukushima, huh?
Call up one more or several more?
Yeah, one more. Michael Alberta, Professor of the Board of 96.
Okay, Marsha, welcome.
Honorable Supervisors Marcia Hanscom with the Biotech Institute and
I haven't seen her in a long time.
Sierra Club Angeles chapter. At first glance, this motion number 13 looks and sounds great. For 30 years, I've been a strong advocate of coastal protection, so hope for the coast sounds wonderful. Unfortunately, some of the language in the motion, including advocating for mitigation and enhancement, which have legal definitions, concern us, especially since two coastal enhancement projects support adding fossil fuel infrastructure to the Biona wetlands in Playa del Rey and Los Cerritos wetlands in Long Beach. I love that the Nature Conservancy has gotten involved in LA, and the public trails at the Coastal Conservancy has done great. But these two projects at the coastal wetlands in Long Beach and Playa del Rey will be extremely damaging to wildlife, wetlands, and grasslands. And so we'd like to ask that you please delay this item until language of support for this program can be inserted to clarify
what the board is really supporting here. There was a gas blowout in Marina Del Rey last month.
Really?
Because of the gas infrastructure is under the Biome wetlands, and we don't want to see...
We predicted it all.
Your time's up. Thank you, Marcia.
Unbelievable.
Yes, next speaker.
We're meeting today in Yangna, an ancient community of the Tongva. Yangna residents understood the value and connection of all living things as relatives to be respected and loved, not exploited and exterminated. While item 13 comes from
Hey,
a
Marcia.
place of good intention,
Good to see you.
the Sierra Club asked that the board postpone adopting the resolution until it can be properly vetted. Failure to do so will allow it to be misused to disguise and promote the expansion of the fossil fuel industry, polluting agriculture projects, and restoration projects that destroy and dignify our local wetlands. The Los Cerritos Wetlands Restoration Road Consolidation Project is a cautionary tale for the county board today. How is it that 3 state environmental agencies, including the Coastal Conservancy and the Rivers and Mountains Conservancy, are now partnering with Vitro Minerals to drill over 200 million barrels of oil under the Los Cerritos, which bisected, right here, red line, by the Newport Eaglewood Fall. 200 new wells will increase production from 300 to 24,000 barrels a day.
Thank you.
So, more to be continued.
Thank you. If you'd like to turn in your written remarks, we'll wait.
Okay, with that, thank you.
Next speaker, please.
Both have oil and gas.
Well, we talked about violence prevention.
Good
We
job,
haven't talked about the idea of what
Hey, what was the
the
blowout at?
sheriff is doing regarding his friend's new job.
What was the blowout at? We predicted this. I know, we are Playa Del Rey.
Talk about why the new sheriff protecting a friend and bringing
Was
him
it in all
back
those
to work
buildings?
without the consent of the public. That's a medieval crisis in its own. And the crisis among the worst situation is that of the medieval crisis on homelessness. American people, the American people suffering on our streets today, threatened by disease, typhus, hepatitis, ammonia. I might have one of those conditions that I'm coughing and hacking up in there and all you may know. You can't see when a person has AIDS because it's not has to be on the outside like Magic Johnson. And he's got money to pay for the drugs. The rest of you do not. So when are we going to get housing in this goddamn place? It's upsetting. It's upsetting to know that we have LASA at 811 Wilshire Boulevard on the 7th floor, LA, simply offering you a voucher with no intent to provide housing. What the hell is that about? You heard this council say it over and over. Oh, we got the money, measure HHH, bitch, 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 but doing nothing with it. Hilda Solis. One fucking building over there off of the goal line. And what about the other one off the green line? You're tearing down a train station off of Willowbrook. That is stupid. Stupid way of planning, a stupid way of thinking.
You want to go? Okay.
Hi, good afternoon. Amanda Staples with American Heart Association. Just wanted to speak in support of the Madam Chair.
Hold on a minute. Did you hear people in the audience? So those staff members...
You left out.
Working out there, can you make sure...
Get more time.
People aren't talking. Okay. Go ahead.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Just in support of item 17 of reducing food waste and food insecurity, just wanted to mention a number of issues, how American Heart Association is engaging on the issue. Food access is a major concern for us. It is a key pillar to our community impact work. We're working to create and contribute to the creation of a more equitable food environment in LA County, ensuring access to fresh and healthy foods. So we have begun work also with the Department of Public Health and other nonprofit organizations to elevate existing work around reducing food waste. So while establishing new access points for fresh fruit and vegetables. So we welcome the opportunity to take part in the upcoming discussions and the planning development. Just to mention a few of the programs we're doing in South LA and in East LA, we do host a number of teaching gardens and farmers markets, and we'd like to continue that. Thank you.
George Mazzetti. Always listen to Marcia Hansen. Damn, didn't we predict they'd have to blow out there against old Sobroff? The same guy who's the criminal who erased the police commission meeting on me. Now, Youth Activities League, very important for youth, okay? We got to get them off the street and give them something important to do. So why did you mess with me and Mello, putting on our youth activities that we had to do outside that I videoed that you can watch, and watch the wonderful stuff that the young children did that you tried to stop that we're still trying to do, okay? Now let's go to the big money, the housing that creates this mess. You are purposely creating massive depression and death in people because as you got up here and bragged, you spent over 6 years, $1.7 billion to build 3,362 units for $505,684 each. You're right now building for $250,000 to $600,000 each. I gave you a bid from Giant Containers for container houses that won't go over in a 9 or 10 earthquake. The only thing that'll be left standing for $65,000 each, and I met a contractor here to present it to you for $45,000 each, which means we could have gotten Mr. Herman into a unit and 24,000 more people, only you're porking your contractors. And when I get done with all of you, did you see Mr. Ricardo Garcia's face when I put it to him? He's going to prison, baby, and you too, because I think you're starting to figure out that that federal case I laid it on you is serious. And if you think that you can have two attorneys who aren't licensed to practice law prosecute me and keep me in the mental health court when I was declared competent for the 4th time July last year, you're the insane people. And really, Thomas, you won't do well in the Twin Towers, and I can't wait to see you there.
Next speaker. Go ahead.
Yeah, your face shows. You know you might be there. Now, Bagley Clean Brown Act, get it together.
Go ahead.
Shock and awe.
My name is Alyssa Mann, and I represent the Nation Conservancy. My colleague and I are here today
How about that shit, huh?
enthusiastic support for the motion before you, adopting a bold California's coastal future, which we call Hope for the Coast. Californians love this.
We told them what would happen when we did that, right?
And to protect it. Because of the strong commitment to our coast, over 1/3 of our coastline
We have video
protecting
of the membranes
incredible
leaking like
habitat
a
and more than
bitch.
150 threatened, rare, and endangered species. But with 5 feet of sea level rise, the coast of tomorrow will not look like today's coast. 59% of coastal habitat across the coast of California is vulnerable, including over 41,000 acres of already conserved land that is projected to be submerged with 5 feet of sea level.
There's a real good group.
That means
That
the very
Martha Hanson group.
investment in conservation that we have collectively made
They
over
work
the
with
years
us on
are
Belmont,
under
and we
threat.
help them with Cueto.
But there's hope. With sustained, coordinated effort, our study shows
the
that
same
we
one
can have
in
much
Castle
more coastal habitat with
Who
5
later
feet of
died from exposure to oil and gas.
Thank you. I'm going to look like that.
Remember earlier when I mentioned excise?
Next speaker, please.
There's excise.
But if you have more written testimony that you'd like for us to read, we will read it.
Everything I talk about is always on the fucking agenda.
I know, you always do.
Budget, right?
They don't like what you say.
No.
I know.
And Mr. Mark
On the budget.
on item 6, which is the building, the Canyon Court building.
So far, we're gaining control of
We are
running the budget.
greatly,
We're gaining control of
we're
the
really
court.
excited and we feel really grateful to have this opportunity.
The way it's supposed to be.
honest with you, I'm really
It is our government.
But I don't know if there's a way
Theoretically.
for us to be able to purchase the building and not
Of
have
course,
to
it
be
has been
homeless
Nazi
10 years
fascist
from
America
now,
for a while.
or 15 years from now.
I can't
And I'm
believe they tried to do
saying that
Eric again,
because
didn't they?
It's
Yeah, Brevin.
as difficult
crazy,
as it's
aren't
going to
they?
be now to,
fucking with them.
move in people, the school,
They
the
forget.
community center, and all the
Brevin's
activities
like
that go on.
Like a fucking
It would also be really
a stream
harmful
of
to
water.
then have to move again, right? And
Every
to then
time you
have
put
to figure
something
out
on
what
it, it
we're
keeps
gonna
streaming
do, and
over.
what these people that have
None of
really
them knows
this
benefited,
shit.
including
He's
myself,
been
where I
around a
grew up
while.
in this space, what it will look like.
He's got
to use
historical
the space
knowledge,
again.
man.
So if you
Thank
could
you.
just-
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Next speaker.
Hi, my name is Michael Saavedra, and I work at the Youth Justice Coalition.
It's crazy when you mess with people like
I would just like to say
us.
firsthand how I've seen since I've been working there, it really has changed the lives of youth that
Especially
we
somebody
work
like me
with.
that's been in
And
as
it
deep
is
as
a
I've
very
been
great program, and I
with
think
them.
that, you know, being able to
I
keep
know
this
all the
space
tricks.
further down the line would really count and really make a difference. So I
We
thank
showed
you all
them
for your
how to
time, and
do
I
it.
thank you for this proposal.
They
Thank
couldn't
you.
pass this
So that's our
legislation,
speech.
Herman,
Okay, next speaker, please.
for 6
Hello,
years.
my name is Lupita, and I'm with the Youth Justice Coalition, and I want to thank
Couldn't do it without me and
Tona
Celeste.
and Mark Riley Thomas for this item number 6. I want to thank so
What
much for
time is
having
it
the
now?
building, and I just want to carry on what Gloria said, if we can continue having the
5:18.
building in a short matter of time at the building that
6
we're
o'clock.
at.
I'll be getting home at
I
7.
learned how to write my own play, I've been on my own play, we did a movie, and I've learned how to do community organizing, I learned how to do community defense, so as much as I learn, I want other youth to
That's who
know
it's
as
for.
much as I know, and I've always wanted to become, I'm becoming that person I always looked for as I was a little girl, so I just want to continue having these resources open to the community I grew
She's
up
in a
in,
good
and
position
especially
with
at
the
the new
camera.
place that we're going to move to. I grew up
I'll
in
have
that
a-
area, so I just want to really appreciate you.
I'm doing all this.
Thank you.
I have almost
Next
every
speaker,
public
please.
speaker today.
Good evening, also, I'll just make it quick, because people have said things much more eloquently than I could, but just really want to appreciate Carly Katona. I wish she was here. She's worked on this tremendously over 3 years. To Margaret Lee Thomas, who first talked to us probably 5 years ago, to everyone here on the board that's willing to vote for something that's not in your district. Hopefully, we can make this a reality for youth all over the county. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Kim. Next speaker, please.
Thank you for your time. I also would like to show appreciation for the spaces that you've been providing.
So when I go up there,
The space that
Michael,
we're right
really
now,
tell me,
that we're currently
you ought to give
moving,
advice to your
just
son.
talking
Check
a lot.
yourself
I'm
before
learning
you
a lot
wreck
there,
yourself.
not just
No.
mediation
Blow him.
and conflict resolution in a school setting, but also in a street setting as well, where it's most
even
needed,
know where Ridley
especially in an area like
Thomas
mine.
I feel like telling.
I look forward to
You know,
going
it's
to the
a
new
shit to where
space
I
because I
live.
know it's like a
And
new
it is.
beginning. We're going to learn new things,
No,
do
what you
better
do is
things
you
together in a
stay-
big space where it's
you
like
stay-
what
you
people
stay-
teach.
Oh, he might
and
get
the things that
weird.
we're going to teach them.
No, but you
it's
stay
gonna help
his
in the long run.
history.
This has helped me out of
Let
certain
him know his
situations
street.
where
Damien
I
Goodman
didn't
took
have
me
the
by
knowledge
his
as I had,
house.
like I was
That always
before.
freaks him out when you
I
live in
just
the street.
said to myself, I've probably done something.
Ridley Thomas has
irrational.
always hated Core California.
Thank you.
That's
Next
why he's
speaker,
on my
please.
shit. And he represents me. That's another reason I'm gonna fuck with him. Now, one person that represents me will take care of this crime over at Woburn.
I used to drive some of them crazy. I used to tell them, oh, don't you live at this address? Wayne would give me your address. Don't you live at this address? Wouldn't it be nice to see me standing at your door asking for a glass of water?
Football also, sheriff department.
What would you have to say if you saw me standing at your door?
You know, I've fucked around business owners and tried to fuck me.
These are the things that we need to go
come out
ahead
with
and
the
do
cruel
to go ahead
people
and make
that
it
pick in
better.
front of the place
for our
and drive
children,
their
making sure
business.
that they have those essential food, clothing, shelter. and
They
other
straighten up
things
real
so
fucking
that the
fast.
streets just don't
But I'm saying
gobble
doing it
up.
in a casual event,
We have to
just
teach them to communicate.
Because
We have to
just
teach them to
see
reach
you
across
there.
racial lines. We have to go ahead and just go the extra
You know.
mile. And that part, and last,
That's what they're
I'll close
finding
by
out.
letting my granddaughter close and saying something to you.
你好，我叫范思梦，我上4年级，我上布雷奇小学，我9岁。
Thank you.
Thank you.
Wow,
Okay, we're
how
on to
cool.
Lancaster. Hello, Lancaster.
She's learning Chinese.
Hi, hello, Miss.
Hi.
Hi. Okay, so we're gonna start. Okay, so this is gonna just be based on lowering the prescription cost, it's
Oh, we're almost done, huh?
holistic option.
Now I gotta go
then
home
we'll
and
talk about the time
sand
zone,
and
but
paint.
we maybe shouldn't change.
You're crazy.
Because
This
messing with the actual weather and stuff, and then
We don't have any choice.
And the time is
Oh,
we
because
have
of
an existence and a coexistence.
We
Right?
live
So
in a
it's
$2
like
million
you can
house
turn
with
your
very
head
low
and you
income.
see the digits
It's
change
a
like
27
different
house.
And then, okay, so it's the
Maintaining what it
communication.
is
And
takes
so
a lot of
really,
skills, a lot money.
And it's about
So we had the roof go, and it dropped the whole ceiling
and
of
casting
a bathroom
and communication
on the floor. Luckily, nobody was in
The thing
there.
is, like, some
The whole
people
fucking
just
thing fell
believe
down.
that, you know, colleges...
So I had to go fix the roof,
Thank you, Lancaster.
rip down the ceiling.
Okay, there's
And
no
that's only,
specials at this
and that's
time.
only the outside, now you have to go to the inside and fix.
Well, first it's the outside,
Please, tell us what's before us.
then you gotta,
The items before you are
Cut
items
off the
1D,
ceiling.
2D, 3D, 1H, 2H,
With our abrasive
1P,
saw, which need to get so
2, 3,
dusty you
5,
can't
6,
see.
8, 13, 14, 15, 16,
But if you
17,
don't have a
18,
clean line, you
21,
got
26,
nothing.
28, 29, 30, 32,
Then it's a different
33,
thickness.
34, 35, 37,
So you
38,
gotta shim it.
39, 41, 42, 45A, 45B, 45C, and 45D.
That's like, I live with a girlfriend,
those
and I
items
told her,
are before us.
she's gonna put cement in the backyard. I told her, make sure it's
Moved by
below,
Supervisor
you know, the
Teal,
frost line.
seconded by
So the guy comes on and tells me,
Supervisor
no,
Thomas.
if I build it up, the water will run
Without
away from
objection,
your
that will
house.
be the order.
So you build it up where you couldn't crawl underneath the crawl space. And she
Now
had
it's an
a plumbing
opportunity for
problem.
members
Guess
of the
what?
public
Guy
to
comes on and
address the
says,
board.
I'm not calling her that shit.
That are not
Says you have to
within
pay someone to come
subject
and
matter, that are
cut the
within.
concrete now.
Sometimes I forget when they get up there if they're within our subject matter or not.
What
So
happened?
within our subject matter, jurisdiction of this board, please call up those members of the public that would like to address us.
Thank you, Madam Chair.
Yeah, we're fine with
The
you.
following individuals, please come forward and staff will assist you. Antonio Ramirez, Carlos Fernandez, Dr.
Naturally, that's just another case of my total incompetence, right?
Grace Wilbur, Herman Herman, James Essex, Joseph Mason,
I'm
Kenneth Petit,
a roofer,
Kevin Orange,
electrician,
Priscilla
plumber,
Silva, Richie
plasterer,
Hunt,
carpenter,
Reverend Desire,
carpenter,
Ricker Larson,
aircraft mechanic, car, motorcycle, boat,
Thank you,
plane.
Sarah, from the third district. For one more time, CEO behind. We do need to see the county and we're getting kicked out of the supervisor the leader going backwards.
You are great. Keep studying it. You're going to be king of the hill going member, right? Wow, you're fantastic, man. You're fantastic.
So I would ask.
She reads and writes, man. How about that?
The bank lives for that, so let's let him come down and report, and let the public know. And for the sheriff that you're grappling with, he has been very solicitous to the Democratic Party program, trying to get people on board. And we asked him to provide a custody division manually, he said, I already do. No, he doesn't, so we're going to let him check with him on that. And the other thing is post, that's the police officers training. We want to see mental health training videos. Jonathan Sharon is the new mental health training. Everybody loves it, but
Almost finished, almost finished.
99% of our deputies.
Yeah, we're almost finished, and we go home, okay? It's gonna be cool. Huh? Huh?
Herman, you're happening.
Huh?
Chief dedicated, who never rewarded the fucking criminals.
Why they keep messing with you there, Eric? Unbelievable.
Public safety. Chief Darrell, rest in peace. You did a great job.
It's time to go slam them, Eric.
Incidentally, the Hollywood sexual entertainment industry that is run by Spanish lesbos, fags, pimps, crackheads, pedophiles, twisted, perverted thieves, and Masonic assholes. Let's not forget the big enchiladas.
They're serial lawbreakers, huh?
Enterprises, but your goddamn Dennis you satanic big fucking Jews.
Please watch your language.
Yes, they stop violence.
Please watch your language.
Yes, they stop violence, high crime, drugs, rock and roll, gang stalking, crimes against women, theft. They also stop and perpetrate gang violence and homelessness and poverty and destruction of President Trump in America. They protect the Latino Chango gangbangers. And also, don't forget, the Oscar Awards will be held in Skid Row, which they created in their immoral disgrace.
Eric, when are you going to City Hall?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I'd like to be there the next time.
God bless America, man.
Free speech, right? That's right.
Just to let you know, you dropped off several signatures urging a speedy resolution to release to happen. Signatures in your mail.
Good afternoon, Joe Maislish again.
This is an opportunity for me to step back a little. I thought there was 2 minutes saved for this, sir. Would you please check? Because I had 1 minute for that other. But anyway, now time's going. I take a look at the board process. I know you folks got a lot to do, and but maybe this can elevate a little bit the way that some of the agenda items are prepared. Look at what happened. February the 8th at 8 p.m. There was posted for the public a major switch in the largest capital project in county history to be voted on or discussed on Tuesday morning. Now, we see government of and for and by the people, You guys are legislators, you're the executive, you don't hold the usual legislative hearings like you've seen when you were in other positions, many of you. And I want buy-in as much as possible, or get to it as close as possible to it. Maybe things could have been improved and we would have come out with something unanimous last week. I don't know. But I think there's a correction, though, because of the time that I should have here. Anyway, you get the idea. Please think about it.
So you see, we live by example and by our presentation. However, Sebastian Ridley Thomas, check yourself before you wreck yourself. That's a true statement from Sacramento when you fuck up. Now, I hate to point out my vulgarity, but it's the only intensifier I find attracting the audience to hear what First Amendment and your protected speech truly is all about. If you know your rights under the First Amendment, if you are like Donald Trump and speak out like I speak out, why should we be suppressed? Why should anyone challenge the First Amendment? 42 U.S.C. 1983, why would you want to challenge that? In addition to that, under the secret so-called mission of LA City Hall, they are asking that Donald Trump not have the wall built. But you, the American people, are saying yes.
Go on.
Hi, my name is Richard Larson. I'm here because I believe that rape is wrong. When I was tied up and molested as a kid, my child molester claimed it was wrestling. And when the Mormon church heard it was wrestling, they said, "We're sorry, you can't do anything about it." But when 24 other people brought to their attention that it wasn't wrestling, they stopped calling it wrestling. I would like this county to stop calling what happened to me acceptable. I was raped when I couldn't even walk. I was raped when I couldn't sit up. If my jaw was broken and someone engaged in oral sex with me 2 days after the accident with my jaw shattered, is that any different than engaging in anal sex with someone when they have a broken pelvis in 2 places? Do you really think your employee didn't hurt me? Well, I'll tell you who hurt me more. My boss, when she laughed in my face and fired me. That hurt me for the rest of my life. I've failed at everything I've done.
George Mazzetti, we should listen to a man like this. And it's time that all are held equal before the law, including all of you, and marry the wicked witch Wickham. Okay? This is serious. Did you see the look on Ricardo Garcia's face? He finally figured out he's dealing with a serious fool here. He wasn't even born when I started in law. Being taught by 4 people who won homicides, including a cop killer case with a ton of coke. Now, what do you think those lawyers taught me? You haven't even started to see my legal skills. When you say I'm incompetent and you want to stick 2 lawyers on me to prosecute me who don't even have bar license according to the state bar? 4-time declared competent, strapped down at Cedars-Sinai illegally? What kind of money you think you're going to be paying me, and how many lives am I going to put in the pokey?
I'm here for this time for my particular situation.
Oops, get it.
I said investigation. There was a videotape. Ms. Solis, I would love for you to go ahead and look at this one. I know you saw a whole bunch of them. But just from right here, when you see a female staff hit, kick, and choke, you start to go ahead and see how the velocity of hate can go ahead and be. When you see that when a kid is pepper sprayed 4 times and it doesn't work and he continues to go ahead and be combative, then you start to go ahead and see how all of these instruments should work for the good. So the reason I'm asking this right here, Ms. Harmon, I'm asking you to go get the tape. They don't want you to see it. Go get the tape. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Do you have others? Oh.
Yeah, Nicole Larson in Lancaster.
Okay. Hello, Lancaster. I didn't see it.
You're right, evidence.
Go ahead.
Evidence-based. And you are great, my young lady friend. You bet. Lady, you're a winner. You keep studying hard. Because studying Chinese, man, you're going to be a valuable commodity, right? Smart. I love smart young kids.
The creator, like the lobbyist, it doesn't apply right. And they really should be in city security, but teaching the kids in the mosque, it's already in the mosque.
Okay, turn it off.
For even,
Oh, I got to get up here.
last
one more.
Math and
Wheelchair pen.
Basically, if someone's believing that what's going to happen is that the kids are going to get free bus tokens, go there, get screened, get on Medicare, know how to get free drugs, and then...
Thank you. Your time is expired. Hello.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm talking about cut off.
We're going to talk about the 5 principal things that's necessary to support
All right, George.
And we have
Have a good night. Be safe.
As soon as I finish with this guy.
I'm going to the bathroom.
Cool,
I'll see you.
water,
More fun, Herman.
food,
Fun.
secure, shelter. These are the fundamental principles that comprise 4/5 of this body. 4/5 of the ocean, 4/5 of the land, 4/5 of what we call home is the ocean. The ocean is absorbing 4/5 of the extra heat, and the glaciers are melting, and the ocean is going to rise. Now, the best thing that I've ever thought of is that plants eat CO2, and they give us oxygen. So we really cut down putting these plants around here. They'll eat all the CO2, and we'll be able to breathe free.
Thank you. Good idea. Are those all?
That's it.